The following may contain language that is not suitable for all audiences. Alright, everybody, thanks for finding us, however you found us. This is the Low Fact Podcast.
What's up?
So, was there anything you want to talk about?
I'm just generally angry.
Well, yeah, but that's kind of something that's really kind of stupid, isn't it?
Being generally angry?
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's the idea.
I just feel angry a lot.
Right, I mean, you're supposed to.
I'm supposed to want to lash out at people.
Yeah.
So I've been noticing it when I'm driving my car a lot lately.
I mean, that's the idea, right? Everything's geared toward manipulating us to be angry.
So don't be angry.
It's kind of a stupid suggestion too. Not that I'm making it.
To not be angry?
Yeah, it's kind of dumb. It's like telling someone to get smart.
This reminds me of the old show.
Well, yeah, that too. I mean, it's like telling somebody, "Oh, don't be so stupid." That's a stupid thing to say.
So, isn't that the same as saying get smart?
Mm-hmm. Which is also a stupid thing to say.
Because people aren't going to get smart.
I didn't even think about that.
Why is it a stupid thing to say then? We need video.
That's an actual question. You think that?
Why is it stupid to tell somebody that they need to smarten up? I mean, if somebody is doing something stupid, they do need to probably smarten up.
What if they don't know they're doing something stupid?
Well, then they're just going to get mad.
Well, that doesn't really matter. Point is, just telling somebody to do something is a stupid thing to do, because most of the time, nobody knows. I would like to believe, and I'd like to think, that people wouldn't do stupid shit if they knew it was stupid.
All right. So if they're doing it,
but that's just me. I mean, I'm a person for whom intent really doesn't mean much of anything. Not even for myself, which is where I differ from most people. Most people believe that their intent is all important and that everybody else doesn't matter. The intent is the excuse that one, or the rationalization that one uses to make themselves feel better about something when other people do something. Someone hits you in the head with a baseball bat on accident. Oh, I didn't mean to. Well, then if you didn't mean to, then that's great. But on the same token, if a person that did that would have that same thought, if they didn't mean to, you should cut me some slack because I didn't mean to. I didn't intend to do something bad. It just kind of happened.
right?
And okay, but that's another thing. That's another thing that's kind of I don't know what. But just to sit there and say that whole idea that intent means a lot of stuff is just kind of, I don't know that we should try and control other people's minds. Of course, there's somebody out there listening right now going, how is that controlling somebody else's mind? If you, which is what's going on right now, right? You need to think accordingly the way
All right.
I tell you.
Yep.
But for me, actions are enough. I'm not telling you not to be a bad person. I'm telling you not to kill people. I'm telling you not to steal.
Right.
I'm telling you not to try and take away my monopoly of violence. And I'm the government in this scenario.
The same people that always would want you to think the way that they say that they're thinking probably aren't even thinking that way, though.
Maybe not, but that's going into hypocrisy or scandal, as some people call it.
Yeah. I mean, it all feels like a big shakedown to me.
Well, everybody wants to be an exception. Of course, the thing I was thinking about today was, and it's something that I think about a lot is, are we all morally compromised? And at first I was like, yes, but then I was like, I don't know. Because I don't particularly think that crime happens when you have motive plus opportunity.
You don't think that's when it happens.
They both exist, but the existence of the two does not make it so. All crimes occur because there is motive plus opportunity, but just because there is motive plus opportunity does not equal a crime being committed.
I don't understand what you mean. You mean a crime's not necessarily going to happen if there's motive and opportunity.
Right. But all crimes happen because there is motive plus opportunity.
So what's the missing factor?
Well, that was the point, right? Because with my thing is like, are we all morally compromised? If I go yes, then logically wouldn't have to think that all crime occurs when there is motive plus opportunity, and like just the existence of those two will equal a crime no matter what.
But why?
What do you mean why?
Well, what laws dictate whether or not something's a crime or not.
Not necessarily. There is stuff that is essentially, as we learned in law school, malum in se, and stuff that is merely malum prohibitum.
Prohibited, like a crime per se.
Malum in se is something that is bad in and of itself, and then something that is bad because somebody says it is.
Is she talking about natural law?
I'm not talking about anything. I'm just talking about a quote. If you want to talk about natural law, you can. I don't know why you keep on saying this shit to me. It really gets annoying. Are you talking about this? No.
Well, you said bad per se. Bad suggests that there's like a moral continuum.
I'm just talking about a quote.
Oh.
From law school. There's stuff that is malum prohibitum and stuff that is malum in se, and there's a difference between those two. Okay. Am I talking about natural law? Who knows? Who cares? I don't even know what that is. I know Catholics think they know what that is.
Well, it's the notion of that there are things that are objectively morally wrong. Does that make sense?
Well, you have to believe in a certain line of thinking or a certain philosophy for that to happen, so I don't think it's objective. Is it morally wrong to kill young?
You mean to kill a child?
To kill young, yes. To kill a baby.
Yes.
Cats do it all the time when they want their mother. New cat comes in, kills all the kids of the former cat, try to get all the females in heat.
Why do you gotta give the example of animals?
Natural law, right?
I'm thinking of human beings.
Well, that's why you always ask me stupid questions, because you always make some kind of assumption about what I'm talking about. Stupid question from my point of view. You might think it's a totally incredible question, but you in particular, especially when we're talking, you don't really bother to get in my head. I don't know if you could or not, but
I don't think getting in your head is a possibility.
Well, I thought you were about to say I don't think getting in your head is all that interesting, which is also both could be true.
I wouldn't know about that, but shit, completely forgotten where we started now.
Whether or not we were all morally compromised, I think we're all morally compromisable, and the only thing missing is, which is just like crime. I think crimes, whether they're bad per se or bad just because someone says it is, the only reason why they really occur is because people think they're going to get away with it. They might not think about it very much, but the idea of getting caught just does not enter your mind. So that's the only reason why you would do it. The idea of consequences, something negative happening. And with our morally compromised stuff, I mean,
what does that even mean, morally compromised?
I don't know.
Like
doing something that society would say is bad, although that list is getting shorter and shorter all the time.
See, when you say morally compromised, I'm like, oh yeah, that person's been compromised morally. Like they've been compromised.
Someone who has an extramarital affair, I think, is a morally compromised person, and everybody else thinks that too. But of course, I think that if you get 100 people up and say, is it wrong? Is it morally incorrect? Morally bad to have an extramarital affair if you're married, to a T, to a person, everybody would say yes, it is wrong. And if you took each of those people that were married maybe, or just dating, or whatever, and you threw an attractive person up in front of them and said, hey, you can have this person for a wild fling, whatever. To a person, I think almost all of them would actually do it. It's just like the thing with the, it's a stupid economics thing, right? I mean, what's better? Getting $1 today or getting $1.10 tomorrow? Or like, oh, getting $1.10 tomorrow is better. And then, they say, here, you want $1 now or do you want $1.10 tomorrow? Everybody takes the $1 now. I'm like, that's a stupid example.
Why is it stupid?
Who's going to wait a day for 10 cents?
Oh.
And in this day and age, it's not like back in the old time days where you could take a penny and buy like 14 pounds of candy.
It's like $1 today or $100 tomorrow.
And even then, there's got to be a trust factor going on, right?
Yeah. I still don't understand what morally compromised means.
Well, then let's skip it. If you don't understand, then you don't understand.
I mean, I would think everybody can be compromised morally.
I just said that.
I mean, that's just humans.
So why are you angry?
I'm angry at being told what to do every day.
But that's what you would...
Wear a fucking mask.
That's
wear a mask. Wear a mask. Wear a mask.
You're just angry about having to wear a mask?
No, about being just inundated with it every second. That's keeping everybody safe. It's, you got to wear the mask. You have to do this. You have to do that. And I'm like, I've yet to have somebody really demonstrate to me that the masks are effective.
Are you assuming that you have the intelligence to understand the study or the experiment?
Yeah.
Okay.
So remember when they said you don't have to wear a mask?
So we got that down. And well, there's a lot of issues with it. There are people said they're saying that a mask isn't necessary because if it were, then during cold and flu season, all you'd have to do is wear a mask, and no one would ever get the cold or the flu.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you and I were having this conversation earlier this week, talking about how it's not like it's going to go away. It's not like coronavirus is going to go away. So you have the example of a country like New Zealand where there's been no cases now for whatever it's been, a month or two. So as soon as they open it up...
Well, they can't, right?
They can't open it up.
New Zealand has to stay... New Zealand, you told me, is a closed system right now.
But it's impossible.
What?
You can't keep on having a country which is a closed system.
Sure you can.
Not when a big part of the economy is the tourist dollar. You can't do that.
Well, you're saying can't like it's an actual impossibility.
Well, yeah, I am, because I feel like it is an impossible. It's an impossible to keep a closed system with a country.
I'm saying you say it like it's an actual physical impossibility. Sure you can.
You can.
Is it going to be worthwhile living in that place? Apologies to all the Kiwis listening to us, but I don't think it's a place that I'd want to live into anyway.
Oh, you haven't even been there.
Yeah, and I've never been castrated either, and I don't think that I would be too happy with that.
Living in New Zealand is not like castration.
I'm not comparing it to castration. I'm just saying that yes, there are things that I've not experienced that I pretty much know are going to be negative or positive.
Mm.
I don't have to actually experience something to know whether or not I like it. I mean,
but
I know that's something that we tell our children to get them to eat something. Eat this. No, I don't like it. Like, have you had it? Like, no. How do you know you don't like it? Like, dude, I've never been anally raped. I don't think I'm going to like that either.
Well, that's a little different from eating spinach.
Again, I mean, if somebody doesn't want to do something, if it's not going to be that much, that big of a deal to you, don't try and make them do it.
The whole notion that they can just keep it closed and that there's never going to be a coronavirus case in New Zealand.
Or there's going to be no consequences to it. Sure, no, they can keep it closed and there'll never be a corona. There could be unless some wild bat mutates and flies into New Zealand. Yeah, they can keep it closed.
Well, the bat's a pretty good example because we actually have bats in New Zealand.
Again, as long as you keep it closed and there's no introduction of it.
But that's impossible.
I don't know.
Because there's going to be New Zealanders coming back. There's going to be presumably there's going to be tourism again.
I don't think so.
There's going to be there's going to be productions.
I doubt it.
There has to be.
There doesn't have to be anything. This whole your whole idea that this has got to happen. I was like, well, no, it really doesn't.
But not if it's going to survive economically.
Not necessarily.
What?
Dude, things can happen that you don't even know about.
You mean like we strike what? Gold?
So, I don't know. Some giant volcano pops up and just starts showering New Zealand with diamonds, bringing down the diamond prices even more than they already are.
Yeah, okay.
The only reason why diamond prices are as high as they are is because of a cartel holding on to diamonds and only letting out a certain number of them every year.
So when you give that example, I'm like, that's such a stupid example.
Sure it is, but you don't know what's going to happen. Dude, a meteor could hit the world tomorrow and everybody's dead. Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares about tourism now? Could it happen? Sure. Is it likely? I don't know.
But it's just, you know what it is? Is it's people running around, everybody just being so damn fearful. I think that makes me angry. Because I'm like, you all just need to not be so damn fearful.
Well, let's talk about that next time.
All right.